Shoot.
Jamar Hill, York/Southern Maryland outfielder.
Okay, now, you have one of the best screen names ever in WordView. So I was hoping to start this. You could share what it is and tell us what it means, the history there.
Okay. My screen name is Escabro, and that's a nickname given to me by one of my best friends, Kevin Rios, who I played with in junior college and in the minor leagues with the Mets. When I first met him in 2000, actually, my freshman year of college, he just would give me a new nickname every week, and that turned out to be one of them because I'm a black guy from Alaska, and he crossed the two, and it stuck. 10 years later, he calls me up.
Now, you were born in Phoenix.
Yes.
Which is a little more baseball-centric. How did you end up in Alaska? How old were you?
I moved to Alaska when I was 4. I'm first-generation American. Both my parents are from Costa Rica. And it just, there was just some job opportunity there in the mid-'80s, and with the pipeline and different things that were going on and it getting built up. But that's how I ended up moving from Phoenix to Alaska. How
old were you when you started playing baseball? Because I know you don't really even associate Costa Rica as having a baseball, more of, I guess, a soccer background there.
You're absolutely right.
Play both?
I play a lot of soccer now, but I didn't grow up playing soccer. My parents pushed me to it, but I wasn't into the running, and it just wasn't my thing. But I started playing when I was 9. It was just the neighborhood thing. I grew up near a little league field, and all the kids in my neighborhood played baseball, so I got into it.
So you don't generally think of Alaska as having baseball, other than having that, obviously the great summer league.
Yeah.
But was it reasonably popular, more popular than you think most people would assume it to be?
I'm fortunate to have came up with a group of kids that were just crazy about baseball, and that combined with having the resource of the Alaska League. I could remember being junior high and at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage, standing up on a radiator in dead center field, looking over, watching the team batting practice, and seeing J.D. Drew, and just hearing the names that came through there, McGuire and Bonds, and but no, I mean, it's not particularly strong, but just the crowd of kids I came up with. I know there's a guy, Justin Fuller, who was a big infield prospect with the Dodgers. Corey Madden, he was a pitcher of the year in the Marlins organization. I actually grew up with him. Brian Montalvo, he was a high pick. We were all, right around the age where we were playing the league against each other, and we could kind of push each other to get better.
Now, you've been playing pro ball since 2002. This year, with Southern Maryland, you were teammates with Joe Newby, who's from Soldotna, and won the Atlantic League ERA title last day of the season. Is that the first time in pro ball that you have been on a team with another Alaskan?
Yeah, it was the first time, and it was actually kind of a treat. Newby's from a town called Soldotna, which is primarily a fishing town, but as kids, we knew Soldotna for just having these big corn-fed kids that would just pull fishing nets all summer and would just beat up on us in Little League. And Newby was probably their cleanup batter and their short, so he wasn't even a pitcher.
So you knew him?
I knew who he was, yeah. And I think I went to a workout with the Major League Scouting Bureau like my senior year with him. And when I got traded over, I didn't know what to expect, because naturally when you say you're from Alaska, people think it's weird, like it's freakish, like, do you live in an igloo, do you take a dog sled to school, whatever. But he was a treat. Newby is a unique character that you'll come across in baseball.
Now, I was going to ask you what the dumbest Alaska-related question you've ever gotten. Hopefully it's not during this interview, but I think you may have just shared 2 of them right now.
You know what? I'm going to name names because I'm close with this guy. He might see this one day and laugh about it. But
if he's on Facebook, I'll make sure.
He's on my Facebook. LaRon Wilson, this is at you. In extended spring training, we just had one of those long days on a backfield, and we were just all sitting in the dugout, talking. And LaRon's from Richmond, Virginia. He was just, asking me questions like this: what's it like growing up in Alaska? And I was like, well, you know, obviously it's cold. He's like, what are you talking about? It's cold. And I was like, it's Alaska. He's like, isn't Alaska down there by Hawaii? Because you know how on the maps they have it in the bottom corner in the square, and the whole dugout just got quiet. It just was like, you did not just ask that right now. But that was a good laugh for us.
Now, is your family still in Alaska?
My mom is.
Okay.
My mom is. My dad passed in '09. But yeah, that's pretty much all my family have in Alaska still.
Okay. So, and you were telling me, and I share this, is that you're studying still at University of Alaska.
Yeah.
How far away from your degree then?
Probably fall of '11. I've been plugging away at it. I really enjoy it.
What are you majoring in?
Business administration.
Do you have thoughts of, you know, what you want to do with that, or is it just that you figure once you're done playing, that'll be, you know, a good major to take the next step?
It's turned into kind of a unique thing in my life. When I was a kid, I never even really made goals for baseball. You know, I thought of it as something I enjoyed a lot, and I just wanted to play at the highest levels I possibly could. That was the specific goal I made for myself as a kid. And with school, it was something that my family would push me in, but I just didn't. I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I want to be. And but the thought was in my head. It was important to me. And I got back into school, and I figured business would be just, you know, a pretty good thing to study. And the more I learn about it, it's turning into that. It's just turning into something like, wow, I really enjoy this. You know, I want to see how far I can go with it, but I don't really have a plan. You know, I just kind of stick with it and want to learn as much as I can, the same way I do on the baseball field.
Have you thought about what you think you'd want to do or what do you think you'd be doing if you weren't playing baseball?
Do you mean if I stopped playing baseball right now, or if I had never played baseball in my life?
Both.
If I'd never played baseball in my life, I think God just kind of gives us avenues to, you know, just throw ourselves into. And I was fortunate enough to have baseball, and it made sense. I could really devote myself to it. Mm-hmm. I assume I'd be kind of in the same position I am in now, but just with something else. But if I were to stop playing baseball today, you know what, I don't even think I would look at it as a career. I think I make so many sacrifices to be able to travel around and play ball. I would just really devote myself to strengthen relationships with friends that I miss out on when I'm gone. I join a bowling league, have my name on a shirt. And,
you got to go to the Bowlerama. You got to do the Jed's Bowlerama this January.
Exactly.
Yeah.